Since you are signed into your managed Apple ID, let's go ahead and take a moment to back up our desktop. You'll head over to the Apple System Preferences, and you want to look for your iCloud login. Mine is located here at the top. I'm going to go ahead and click on Apple ID, and here I'm signed in with my EPISD Apple ID. So look on the left-hand side for the navigation. You want to make sure that you have iCloud selected. And here you can check off anything that you want to back up to your EPISD iCloud. I currently check off the photos so that the photos here in my photos on my Mac are all backed up to my iCloud. I also have iCloud Drive selected, and here I can go ahead and click Options, and I can choose what I want to back up to my iCloud or to allow certain documents to store. I have checked off the desktop and document folder, and by checking that off, it now pulls whatever items that I have on my desktop into my iCloud. The very first time I did this, I was a little scared because everything disappeared from my desktop. It didn't disappear. It was inside of a folder called desktop, and you can still drag those items back out if you like, but what will happen is all of your items will be storing in your iCloud, and I'll show you how to access that in a little bit. So check that off if you just want everything to magically begin storing to your iCloud from your desktop and documents folder. If you're using items like Preview, QuickTime, TextEdit, any of these additional items, you can also back up documents here if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and click Done. And then while you're inside of this space, think about other items that you use. For example, if you're using reminders on your Mac and you want to back up any of those reminders that might pop up, then you'll check off reminders. I use notes all the time on my Mac, and so I want to make sure that all of those notes are going to be on my computer when I sign back in. And so I've also checked off notes to sync. If you have any bookmarks saved in your Safari, you can also check off bookmarks. So basically think about, am I using these items? Make sure that you check it off if you want those items to be available when you sign into your new Mac or the Mac that you're switching from using your managed Apple ID. How do I check to see if my items have synced? You're going to make sure that you head over to iCloud.com, and then you're going to sign in with your district email address and your district password. Once inside your district iCloud, you're going to notice your photos should have synced or they should be syncing currently. Of course, I can access my drive. These are all of the files that I have saved. And if I want to look for something specific, of course, I can access those here. And so I'm going to go to my drive because I want to see if my desktop folder is in fact syncing. So this is really important to check. And here on the left-hand side, you can see the recent files that have been syncing. I'm going to go ahead and head over to Browse, and browse because I want to see if the folders that I had syncing are actually synced. So I'm going to click on Desktop, and inside of Desktop is my folder that I have here called Monterey and Ventura. Really, I've just saved all of these different folders inside of this folder, but inside of my folder, I want to confirm that my items that have been saved are actually here. And so I have a folder for digital citizenship and each of these different items, but I do want to click inside of these folders and make sure that all of my files have in fact moved on over to my cloud. So I'll just grab my storyboard really quick here. I have access to those files that I've saved in my iCloud Drive, and I'll be able to download them when I receive my new computer or if I need it on another device. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out of my EPISD iCloud. And from this point on, any items that I begin to save here to my desktop will also be available in my iCloud once they finish syncing.